All right. Welcome back, everybody. We have another Legend of Mana race. Let me unmute Gnome here. Oh, no, mute, maybe Gnome. Oh, there you are. Cool.
I can do that myself. I just want
Yay. I was like, oh, no, I have him muted, but you did it. No worries.
What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? So, welcome, everybody. This is another Legend of Mana race between myself, Ellervated, and BalmungOni, who's with me now.
What's up, guys?
Also, I have Sarah Baron from who did commentary on Dragon.
Howdy, howdy.
And Magical Gnome, who runs this category.
I do when I have time.
When you have time.
Also,
Cool.
just a quick note.
Yes.
You have our names on the screen, but not by the commentary.
Oh, good catch. Oh, because I need to transition. Bam. Good catch, Gnome. Okay, I think we're all set. We're gonna count down, and then I'm gonna let Baron and Magical Gnome run with it.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Good luck, Balmung. Thank you guys for the support and participation. And we'll go ahead and start in if everybody's ready.
Should we my mic first or what?
Well, I just want you to hear me say go, and then and then I'm gonna mute you in Discord.
Hang on, should I mute Baron and Gnome too, or leave it as is?
I'm gonna mute everybody. It's all good. Or you guys can leave, whichever is. Well, no. Balmung and Gnome are gonna be doing commentary from Discord.
Baron and Gnome are doing.
Yeah.
I'm racing with you, man. I'm not doing commentary right now.
Right. But I just wanted you to be in voice.
People for the both of you.
Yeah.
No
You can deafen yourself if you want, but
True.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna mute everyone so I can position the game audio, and then I'll come back when the race is over.
No problem.
Cool. Yeah. Perfect. All right, you guys. So here we go. We'll go ahead and start on go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and we're off. So, as I'm sure you guys have seen in the previous races, this starts out placing home, same as the others. This is going to be really familiar to the last 2 runs you've seen. For those who haven't, this is a pretty basic part of the game. Place down home, go in, talk to Sproutling, place Domina. Nice and simple.
Yeah, but what's nice and simple gets pretty complicated. If we didn't have a set way to put everything down on the map, it can get pretty overwhelming pretty quickly.
Oh man, this can get absolutely crazy if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Also, I see Oni's screen has been changed.
Well,
Don't know if you have time
something's
to
got on there.
Don't know if you have time to grab that while you're mashing X elevated, but we have a minor problem.
Just a quick behind-the-scenes view, except it's just darkness back there.
What's behind the curtain? The answer is nothing. The void. Alright. You can tell he's busy. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, he's busy doing something because he didn't mash fast enough. Here we are. Rise and Crush on. Spin and Rise and Crush on both of them.
Yep. So you get out of bed. Started out with a two-handed sword, I believe, in both our cases.
Yes,
And
they both said they were going sword when we started this, so
you get your basic skills equipped and your first special attack running, so that you've got a little bit of power.
I kind of wish one of the two could have gone hammer just to see the difference between the hammer and sword strats, but it honestly, in the long run, it doesn't make a lot of difference.
Well, it's a race, and you do want to do what you're comfortable with, and especially what you're good at. So
Yeah, I think I'm the only regular hammer runner for Faerie.
yeah, I don't think I've ever touched it. And I don't know why that is, but it might just be because I'm so used to using sword everywhere.
Yeah, the nice part about the weapons in this game, for the audience who doesn't know this, every weapon has its own stats, and when you level up, it adds to each of those stats differently depending on which weapon you have. So hammer increases your power more than sword does when we get a level up. This allows for even more variation in our routing. Meaning you can take, say, as I do, hammer in the beginning, and the first few levels with that hammer give you a higher total power than you get with a two-handed sword at the beginning, but at the expense of having a lower damage weapon.
Yeah, for Faerie specifically, the difference between the axes that we're going to come up on in the early game is not very big. In the late game, you still defeat enemies at a similar pace, regardless of which one you get.
Yeah, the damage, the stats that you get from the two axes make very little difference, but obviously you want to get that Black Elk.
So we've gone into Domina here, picked up a Lazel to get our egg for the McCube Caverns, but this isn't Jumi, so we're just going to drop a Lazel off, grab Nick, to skip having to come back later for him. It's also going to allow us to pick up the wheel earlier, and then we will continue in sort of a similar fashion as previous runs, if you were tuned into those.
And for the people that did see the previous runs, you're going to notice we skip a lot of stuff in this category. We see nobody. We never see Lark and Sierra. We never see any of the Jumies aside from, obviously, Pearl, Ilazul, and Rubens. And that's it. Everything else is Fairy Root and Fairy Root only.
We spend a lot of time in one particular town.
Yes.
And you will see us go in and out.
My God. I never want to go back to the grottos.
It's something like 6 visits, I think.
It's nuts. Yeah, we spend half of this run in Gato Grottos, and the rest of it just running around beating stuff up.
But every good run's got to start with a little bit of doing. So we're heading to the McCube Caverns.
A little bit of Mantis Ant. It's great. Oni is just on it. These runs.
Well,
Heck,
Oni
what?
does have the better PB time, so
He does have a better time. It's true.
it is a little expected that he's going to be more on point with movement,
Movement.
potentially combat. So, and there's a lot less RNG or randomness when it comes to Fairy. It's very much the most friendly category to run in Legendary.
The only real RNG in this run is Axe Drop and the STs on bosses. Beyond that, there is nothing else that you need to worry about in this game.
Right. And, the Axe Drop is 8 minutes in, give or take. So
Yeah.
that's very early. And then, of course, boss problems are boss problems. You have them in any game. So it's to be expected.
This run lives and dies on your ability to move fast and proper combat, really.
Oh yes, proper combat. We'll get around to that one on the later bosses. Because while Fairy does have the least amount of randomness, it does have some of the harder bosses when it comes to controlling
right.
them and taking them down efficiently.
Neither of the other runs visit the jungle or the woods.
I don't think so, no.
And that is where two of, in my opinion, the worst bosses are. Jungle isn't so bad, but the lake. Oh, it has two bad bosses.
Do you think Ducade is a bad boss?
It depends. Now, I'll say I've had a lot better luck with him. But I've had him lose me a few minutes now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, when I've had bad runs, it has happened.
So we've started our dueling fight. Both players pushing him over into the corner, where he's not able to really move around. And can hold him there until he decides to do his own special attack. Ellervated's having some really good luck here.
Yeah, both of them nailing the Rising Crushes. That is really... It's actually a fairly easy thing to time, but you have to know exactly when to do it.
Yeah, Doink has a very big hitbox, so he's not hard to deal with unless he starts kicking you away. You can get a little confused when he pushes you away.
We appear to have lost... Oh, there we go. Oni's having some weird video stuff going on. I think that's on Ellervated. He was messing with it just a moment ago.
It may be a network connection. It's raining over here, so I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere else. Oh boy,
it's not that. He's zoomed in.
That's the zoom in.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting a close up on the action, or we're just trying to avoid the text boxes at the top of the screen.
We don't need to pay attention to what they're saying anyway. It's fine. Ah, there we go. Oh. I see. We have found the perpetrator. They're in chat.
Ah, chat knows how to control the stream. Excellent.
Well, in this one specific case, I think that's actually true. But we're good. So we have them both out of caverns and immediately back in. Oni is on his way to find an axe, and Ellervated is heading in.
It's time to go rob the bandits.
So how many do you think it's going to take?
I'm gonna say 2 for one and 3 for the other.
3? I don't know. I kind of want to see like
That's brutal.
just to prove that this isn't as easy as we made it look in Dragon.
Well, there's one down for Balmung. He'll have to go again. I mean, it's 25% chance per enemy.
Ooh,
So-
Ellervated got a black elk.
It's pretty, the odds are good.
Oh, he's out. Number 2, still nothing. Ellervated has taken the lead simply because he got an axe on the first try.
That is how Faerie goes.
No, second try, sorry. I forgot the first one. Here we are. This is the difference. I'm very sorry, Oni, if I have cursed you.
I hope you're keeping count.
We're on number 4 right now, I believe.
So, was it 3 or 4 more to go?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Meanwhile, Ellervated's making his way out through the enemies in the cave. Yeah, that's 4 down. Come on, Balmung. Find yourself a weapon.
Nope. There's number 5. Balmung in chat yelling, "Oh my god, yo."
Oh no.
Let's see if we've got 6. Oh no, I might have done this. I'm extremely sorry. Oh, not on the first. Oh, there we are. There it is. Number 6.
Alright.
We have an Earth Splitter, so we have 2 different axes. Same as we did in Dragon. One just took a little longer.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we have to hope that, or I should say, Balmung has to hope that he is able to do what he does best and go fast. Catch up to Ellervated before he beats
Yeah,
him.
he's got quite a lead. He's almost halfway through the highway.
That's what
Yeah, each axe drop that was missed is somewhat around 20 to 30 seconds. So it's a significant difference.
So it could be as much as a 3-minute lead. It's gonna be rough, especially if. Okay, thank you, Nick, for picking up that.
Well, there's still a long way to go. Even though there's not much here, there's still a chance that Ellervated could get sort of a duplicate of Aggravator from his Dragon Run. He had a very rough Aggravator. So, yeah, there's a couple bosses, Spriggan or Boreal Hound, that could potentially...
Boreal Hound could very easily turn this completely around. But don't worry, folks. We still have an hour and a half in this run. We've got Highway down and Balmung.
But we're cleaning up these enemies nicely.
Yes. There's counterattack.
Oh, an unlucky stun.
Ooh, and an unlucky miss of Tornado. Oh yeah. This run is far from over.
Absolutely, totally.
I have to say, I love these Chauvin hoods so much. They're hilarious.
Just take my money. It's so funny when you hand the money to Nick as well.
I love when the money just bounces straight to Nick. Hey, didn't lose anything. Yes.
Take my coin. Ellervated pushing Mantis Hand back to the corner with some jump cancels.
And mashing his X button a little too hard.
Yeah, still made it look easy. Uh-oh. Lot of extra swings there.
I think you're a few seconds behind me.
I do believe so.
Nothing too important going on right now. Balmung is mashing his way through more enemies. Nick is telling us that money doesn't matter, just smile. See? Smile. Smile, chat. we have our new home. Ellervated placing Gato Grottos. It was 5th try, was it? Okay, I thought it was 6th. I must have miscounted the first one. There's the lake. Seth can't. Mantis can't appear on the screen. Does the same. Ah, he's not going to push unless Nick does it for him. That was unfortunate. It's much easier to push the enemies around with the Black Elk, whereas the Earth Splitter power canceling just keeps them in place and they die very easily.
Now, the Earth Splitter has a longer sort of swing, so
Yeah.
it can be harder to hold things in place. They have a little more time to react, just a smidgen. Oh, and he got the synchro from Nick.
Oh, the extra money drop.
Yep.
That's right. Nick is the only ally we use in this entire run, aside from a single battle. And his synchro, while really nice if you have him in a lot of fights, is relatively useless here. Because I think we do, 2 fights with Nick?
It's not many. Yeah. This is a very solo style run.
Well, I guess it's the fights leading through the highway, and then we don't do a fight with him in Nick 2. Do we do Nick 3? I can't even remember.
No,
No.
Nick 2 is the last time we see Nick.
That's what I thought. So yeah, with the entire time we have our ally, we fight with him through the highway, and that's it. We have Ellervated going through the grottos now, going up and down and left and right, and talking to people, and following a Sproutling right now. He's going to be following the Sproutling for a while.
Yeah, this is a good game of tag that you have to do. The Sproutling just won't ask us for help. Goes to everyone else while we chase him around, and, well, eventually the problem fixes itself, as most of them tend to do.
Really, we're just playing hide and seek here. Also, this entire mission has 1 instance of combat.
So this is what happens when you let a living plant into a church.
People tend to get hurt. Or extremely annoyed, one or the other. BalmungOni is now on his way to the church. Wonder if they'll pass each other.
Now we're gonna have a high five here at the
There it is.
the Gato screen. Very nice.
That long cutscene when you first see the church.
Yeah, I call it a commercial break.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just out of nowhere. It's just like,
It's
hey,
not-
check out this church.
It's not quite long enough to get up and leave your system, though, so it's pointless. At least in the run. I can't run to the washroom during this. This is
Yeah.
useless.
So we're going through a bit of storyline here. This part isn't really too important to the fairy storyline, but it is required. It's the first quest that you have to do when you come to town.
You would have seen this in Jumi, obviously. They do this in Jumi, right?
I should hope that Ruben is a part of
I was
Jumi.
gonna say,
He is a Jumi.
I'm like 99% sure, but I didn't catch that part of the run, and now I'm questioning it.
Well, you should not question yourself, because
Yeah,
you are
okay.
correct.
Good. Does Dragon do this? They must, because obviously everybody goes through here.
Dragon does never come to Gato.
No, they never go to Gato. Okay.
Nope.
Right, they skip to the tower instead. And hell.
Yeah, they don't go to the tower either in Dragon.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, Okay, they just go straight to hell. Never mind. This is why I'm only commentating on Faerie. Now you know.
That's all right. Ellervated getting to see the finale of this confrontation between a nun and Reuben turns his back. Not the best decision, when this nun's been a little shady all along.
Oh, Balmung forgot what he was doing.
Gives him a punch straight to the jewel. That's gotta hurt.
Balmung almost ran to the right side to go speak to the abbess instead of speaking to the downed nun. I can hear Ellervated mashing X right now. I can't actually, but you get the idea. This is the worst. Just sitting here mashing X going, let me leave! See? This cutscene is so long that Balmung has already entered it.
Now we're getting a little leaving and entering. This didn't happen until later in the Dragon Run, but we're already getting it where one person exits, the other person enters.
Bye, Rubens. Nice knowing you.
Reuben is still alive. You're looking at the wrong screen.
Oh, you're right. Silly me. Actually, he doesn't look very alive, but...
I mean, he's just taking a nap again.
Ah. I love naps. I wish I could take a nap right now.
Okay, well, maybe he's not doing so hot anymore.
Ah, that is unfortunate.
But back on Ellervated's side, we're ready to go solve the mystery of the disappearing nun. Supposedly, it's Sandra in disguise.
Yes, we found our best friend, Inspector Boyd, who we will see... I don't think we see him again in this run, do we?
I don't think he pops up anymore. Maybe once. But you'll just see him. You won't ever have to talk to him.
Yep. Good fight skip from Ellervated.
Yeah, don't ever want to fight that big pile of, I guess, goo.
I was gonna say, I forget what the actual name of that thing is. It's a pile of junk, though. That's all I know.
There's our obligatory single fight.
Yep.
To
The
get
one
to
and
the
only fight
waterfall.
you get from here. Enjoy it.
This run is much more about the story than the fighting.
I pity anyone who had to figure these pathways out casually. I'm so sorry.
Faerie is not too challenging
Unless you don't know the route.
to get through. Honestly speaking, a casual player is going to accidentally find their way into Dragon and complete it immediately.
Yes.
And then next they would find they would piece their way through Faerie. It's pretty unorthodox how you have to do it, but it's nothing compared to Jumi.
I don't know, man. The jungle had me twisted around for a long time when I was doing it casually.
Well, we're gonna get your memories up to the surface because the jungle's not too far out.
It's true.
Ellervated
Ellervated
has
is leaving
finished his
Grotto.
quest now. He's headed over to the lake.
Lake Kilma. Lake Kill Me. Frig.
We get to meet the captain of the
Yes.
ship that we will never go on.
I miss that. I love the ship. I wish we went on the ship in Faerie. Oh look, the nun was Sandra. Bye, Sandra. We'll never see you again. She's gone. So many characters we see once and then they're just poof. Gone forever.
Yeah, well, the fairy is a lot like that.
Yep.
There's unfortunately a lot of bad circumstances that occur.
Fairy is a very sad story. Especially later on, depending on who you side with. It gets even sadder.
Well, not to ruin anything, but we do choose the worst ending.
It's true. There are questions about the route that I have, but that's going to take more experimenting.
Well, we can talk about it a little later.
Yeah, well, here we go. I'm sure if you were watching Elevated Screen, you've already seen these stonified penguins, as they call them, and one very upside-down turtle. But the penguins have been turned to stone, and their captain is a rather practical man, and has opted for the best solution, as you'll see in just a moment when Elevated gets there. Very brave man.
Yep, he's gonna do something for his abandoned mates. I mean, his stonified mates.
Sum up the whole story of Fairy in 5 sentences? How about I do it in 2 sentences? Fairies are bad, we save the world.
Those are some compelling sentences.
But you can't tell me I'm not right. Oh yes, here we go, our talk with the captain. The captain, in all of his wisdom, has decided, you're all dumb if you think we're saving these stonified penguins. We're getting the hell out of here. Smart man.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be the survivor in a horror film.
Yes, this man knows. You don't go back, you run. He's looking out for number 1.
Interesting that Elevated is taking the top path here.
I was a little surprised by that myself.
And it's 2 combats instead of 1 combat and 2 screens.
And if they both hadn't survived with a sliver of health, it might have been faster. Well, he dodged the fairies.
Yeah, pathing your way around these penguins and not getting bonked into a fairy can be challenging.
All right.
Get our moose. He's gonna do a counter strike.
Moose? That's an oxen.
Moose oxen.
I don't
They look
remember
the
exactly
same.
what to call it in this. But we see that guy 3 times this run. He's very annoying.
Oh, well,
If you miss the counter strike, or if it doesn't connect properly, he's just gonna flatten you. It's great. Yeah, I think they do call it a yak. You're right, Tolroy.
yak, an ox, a moose.
One of these
Story.
things is not like the others.
Oh, so Elevated jumping off the cliff to go save the captain, but unfortunately
Balmung
he's
went
been
top 2.
stonified.
Am I crazy? Do we go top now?
You're not crazy. Maybe they've timed it out.
Maybe.
it is slightly faster.
That's odd.
You do
I
have to
did not-
fight a Chobin Hood on the bottom route.
I just pop a tornado on him and problem solved.
We got an aggressive one that time, but it's no
Yes.
match for the Earth Splitter.
He went for it, but as we can see on the elevated screen, funny things are happening. Oh, goodbye, stonified captain.
Yep, Captain just got used as bait. We're fishing for the King of the Lake.
Sir, you have been yeeted. they're the bait. Or are we the bait? I don't know anymore. Guess they're the bait and we're the trap.
We're definitely the hook. We have.
Alright, so
we have something that causes pain, so we're not the bait.
this fight can go one of two ways, and it looks like it's going the second for Ellervated right now.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
an
about
early.
three hits into a teleport and ST.
Oh man, yeah, he did immediately ST. That's
Oh, he got the hit. That's good.
very nice. It's not usual for him to disappear so soon in the fight.
I don't know about you guys, but it happens to me every time. There's teleport number 2,
But he's just going to the same place.
and not into an ST. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sometimes there's a delay when he teleports, or he might not do it at all. He's kind of choosy about that. That should be...
2 teleports,
Very-
2 STs, and down he goes. That's a good fight. Balmung is starting his in just a moment.
But let's watch these penguins over here on the elevated screen. When the screen goes to black, sometimes you can see them in funny animations. It looks like they were just kind of falling down where they were.
Ooh. First teleport, and he's almost dead.
Yeah, some solid damage right there.
And
See if he can
immediately
interrupt.
We have the jungle down. There it is. 1 teleport, 1 ST for Balmung, so definitely with the faster time.
Yep, really nice boss fight there.
That was excellent.
Closing the gap.
So Ellervated has the ruins and the jungle down now. He'll be making a pit stop in the ruins first, I believe.
Yep, we've got to go save our teapot.
Yeah, Tipo needs some rescuing. Last time we'll see Tipo in this run.
You're really a big fan of seeing all of our friends for the last time.
The characters are
That's what
so
I'm getting.
good. It makes me sad that we only see them once. We don't even get to see Bud and Lisa. They just kind of show up at our house in the credits.
Not sure how they get there either.
Me either. They're just kind of there. They're like, you must have done this. It's like a required mission. It's fine. Nah, we skipped it, bro. We're out.
Getting through the ruins pretty well. No hitches so far. We're gonna come up on some flowerling luck here in a second.
Let's see if we get some body blocks.
I believe there are 12 opportunities to get body blocked.
There are, and they can be brutal.
So we got through the first one.
Body blocked by a plant.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of gate puzzles to go through here, and a bunch being 2. But we do have to change the gates multiple times, so that's where our odds come in. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's our
Oh
first
no,
block.
he's in the way. Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh,
he talked to him.
Oh no. Oh wow.
Okay, there we go. Lost
Oh,
a little
man.
time there.
That was probably the worst plant block I've ever seen.
I've had worse. It's rare, but I've had worse.
Yeah. I've done quite a few fairy runs, and I've never had a plant block me quite that hard.
Here's a funny fact for you. That room Ellervated was just in, that tree at the top, you cannot go around it. You have to go under it. Also,
he's
body
getting blocked
block
again.
number 2.
Oh my goodness.
We're
There
2
you
out of 3 right now, folks. Actually, no, we're 2 out of 4. Yeah.
go. Yep, and now we get Balmung. First chance here. Oh, and an immediate body block.
Bad start. Ellervated blocked himself.
Oh, he almost let the plant lady walk in his way again.
He did. Well, not bad. 2 blocks for Ellervated, and he's out of here.
Yep, we can finally open this ruin up. We had to turn on psychokinesis, of all things, because, well, there's just not a doorknob.
Yeah, that was a second block for Balmung. Very minor, but it did slow him down. Elevated, beating up a vampire.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
3 blocks.
How can this happen? This is not that common of an occurrence.
This is some very bad luck, folks.
This is...
We make it sound more common than it is, I promise.
Yeah, no, this is the exception. That's a lot of body blocks. I mean, getting blocked once, maybe twice, is the extent of it, and we have to make a second trip here later on in the story, so there's even more chances then for more than 2 to happen to both players this early.
And on Elevated Screen, we are currently talking to Tipo, who very kindly reminded us that there is a big old blood-sucking bat in here. Little late on the warning, unfortunately, and we're probably feeling a little lightheaded.
Well, the real problem is that we stared at the bat, and then he decides to transform. So
Remember,
I don't know
kids,
if we really
never
cared that we were getting vampired.
Never look a vampire bat in the eyes, or it will turn into person. Don't do it.
Elevated's got him in the corner,
Ooh, that is
taking him down with style.
good wall block.
That was a beautiful boss fight there.
That was about as good as it can get.
Yeah, especially for him, because that particular boss likes to wander around the room. He's not
He
very...
teleports around the room. He dumps magic. He uses STs. It's never a good time if you can't lock him down.
Yeah, so that's making up a bit for all the plant blocks.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Balmung has the same luck. He has made up some time. He's only a minute or 2 behind me. Elevated is off to the jungle.
Elevated, set it to your favorite place.
Oh yeah. Keep your eyes open, folks. Try and follow where he is going. Because I can tell you, it's weird.
Oh, stop the early magic on Balmung, but then
And
decides to just go straight into a special attack.
And more of some of my favorite characters in the jungle here. I keep forgetting their names. Is it Hamson? And... Is it Samson or Hamson? I forget his name now.
Hamson sounds right.
It does,
More
doesn't it?
correct. I won't say that is his name.
Yeah, I can't say that it is. Unfortunately, Balmung had some very bad luck with this fight. More so than Ellervated did. So he lost a little bit of time on that.
Yeah, I think it's Skippy and Hamson.
Yeah, that's what it is. 2 of my favorite characters who, again, we won't see again. They appear in one of the mansions in Geo.
But that's only after they've done their quest here.
That's only after the jungle quest, so none of the runs will actually encounter them. As I know Jumi doesn't go through the jungle.
And you can note that they're actually not there if you're watching. But Balmung's now in the jungle. It's getting closer.
Yep, this could be as simple as some bad luck on a couple fights, and it could be very close. The zombies could even this out very quickly.
Oh no, the zombies are coming up, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
we're gonna have a room in just a little bit, but you have to go up and then to the left. But there's 3 zombies, and it's very tight quarters. It's not a fun time, especially because zombies have awkward hitboxes.
And I wonder... Okay, I want to see this. I want to see these guys' strategies. Are they gonna go... Okay, Ellervated is going into the jungle to be teleported back to the beginning. I don't use this strategy.
Well, you might want to consider it.
Well, I've actually timed it out, and it's pretty much the same. It's 2 movements either way. For me, it's down and left. For him, it's left and right. So in the end, it's actually about the same amount of time.
I think Ellervated just took a wrong turn.
He might have.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's talking to Skippy for a second time.
There goes Skippy. He hasn't talked to him again. Okay, he's on track. But, I think Balmung has taken the... Oh, no. Never mind.
No.
He was heading up that way. You're right. I'm crazy. Disregard me.
Still a bit of time separating the
Yeah.
two, but that's another mistake that's just slimming the gap. Here's our first peek at the zombies. You got 2 of them with the Tomato Man.
And Ellervated wants none of it.
Yeah, Tomato Men are extremely dangerous. They can hop onto you and sort of waste time because
Yeah,
they
they're not
become
even-
untargetable.
They're not that dangerous. They're just annoying. Trying to get that fight done, you smack them a couple times, they land on your head, and you're just sitting there looking stupid.
Oh dear. Oh, that's
have
not good. That's
We have some combos going on here.
38%, 30%,
Oh my.
22%. Don't get flamed.
Alright, he made it.
Whew.
So, this is a situation you might not have seen in many of the other runs, but when you finish a battle, you are fully restored to maximum health. Which I'm fairly certain is a difference from almost every other game most people have played.
Yeah, getting a full heal is not common. But this game was kind enough to give that offering out. Ellervated is having some tough combats.
Yeah, he has not been having a good time. These Malboros are mistreating him. Alright, 1 hit on the dragon. Nice and easy.
But Balmung is 2 screens away now.
Yeah. Now, we'll see if he has better luck on this fight than Ellervated did. He's going for the tomato first, but he missed. Oh, there it goes. And Ellervated is now on Ducate. This fight can go really, really well if you time these properly and lock him down in the corner, which it looks like he's going to do. So this might be very easy for him.
Yeah, for a seasoned player, Ducate should never ever get an ST off.
Mm-hmm. If you're newer to it, though, as I was before, it can be rough.
Yeah, generally speaking, he'll get 1 ST off. But he's a very relaxed boss. So, he throws some fruit at you.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt his waste time. It's more of him just laughing at you. Let's see if Balmung has the same luck.
Ellervated taking the riches, a 500 lucre reward. Very nice. He's got him in the corner.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh,
This is really hard to do with the Earth Splitter. I'm not at all surprised that it happened. The timing differences between the Earth Splitter and the Black Elf make it a lot harder to interrupt him properly. You need perfect timing for these attacks.
Well, believe it or not, it's actually mostly about the distance. You need to be hitting Ducate from pretty much maximum distance with the Earth Splitter. That way, once he's in the corner, you are far enough away that you do not whiff. Because as you continue to do jump cancels, you will get too close to the edge of the screen. And I did see Balmung miss one of his attacks.
This is true. I saw that as well. Alright. Ellervated has the special eyes now.
It's coming up on the 3 zombie fight.
Oh boy.
See how this one goes.
Here we are.
This is probably one of the most common fights to die in, but he has Tornado available, so it's going to be easy mode.
And the only reason he has Tornado is because that last fight didn't go as he wanted it to. He had a little bit of struggle, he had a few extra hits in that last fight, and that's why he had the ST ready. Balmung may not be so lucky.
I mean, that could be a strategy to have, though.
Yeah.
And an extra couple hits so that you can make the 3 zombies nice and easy.
So it looks like, nope, Balmung is not going to have an ST prepared for these zombies. So we're going to see if that hinders him.
Bit more of a traditional fight. So here we've learned on Ellervated's screen that the fairies are acting a little strange. They did send us away. So we're going to get to the bottom of it. Ooh, very nice counter-strikes there.
That was a very lucky counter-strike. He was almost interrupted partway through his swing, but he still got the damage off. So, good fights for both of them. Now, I love this scene on Ellervated's screen right now. Partly due to the fact that nobody cares about this nun. We're just gonna run on by her. Oh, she stayed on the ground this time. So there's a very odd chance. Same with the penguins in the previous section. When you leave the screen, now and then, you can see the nuns stand up and start walking away. It doesn't happen very often, but occasionally you see it, and it's really funny to me.
Yeah, nuns have it rough in the fairy storyline for whatever reason.
Yeah, we don't care about the nuns, but they have a very rough time of it. How many nuns die in this story, or are severely injured in it?
Not many are severely injured. They're just
knocked down, knocked out.
Not cared for very much.
Yeah. So you got one. We got one being kicked by fairies here. There she was. She got up and started walking on Balmung's screen. I don't know if anybody caught that, but she was there. Yeah, we have the one here. We have one in the next quest or two that is knocked out by Spriggan. And I'm sure there's another one somewhere.
Punkmaster is going down fast.
Yeah, Punkmaster's not having a good time.
Some people call Punkmaster the easiest boss because if you have Black Elk, you can just swing away to victory.
Yep, that is a real easy stun. And I remember the last of the nuns. It's the one that the Spriggan knocked, or not Spriggan, the Sproutling knocks over. There we go.
And that'll get Ellervated out of the forest.
All in all, a pretty good run through the jungle, I have to say. He did not run into much resistance there. Oh, Balmung almost missed.
Yeah, like I said, it's really easy with Black Elf. The Earth Splitter's quite a bit tougher. Punkmaster can wiggle around, he can do a spin to cause you to be stunned. It's just not quite as easy.
Ooh, I think he thought that last hit killed him.
Still a solid fight.
Yeah, no, can't complain too much about that. He did that one pretty well. And he's still not very far back.
Yep, Ellervated went back to Gato because we've taken care of some fairy business, and Well, that
Power up
means that
the
the
Abyss.
temple is more open to us now.
Now the real fairy story begins. The woman laying on that platform is, what, 23, was it?
She's not very old. I want to say something like 16 to 18.
I think she's in her 20s. I think the fairies were discussing that. I think it's 23 to 25, somewhere around there. But she doesn't look it. And there's a reason.
She's definitely not aged well.
No. Yep, bye. We don't care about anything that you're saying. See ya. Oh, look, another nun on the ground. I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, that nun didn't look suspicious at all. Completely
No.
wearing different clothes.
Wrong colors and everything? We don't care. Unconscious nun on the floor? Oh, hey, maybe it was a problem. How about that? How'd they beat us out here? Did they go the other way around?
Nuns must be very quick on their feet. And plus, they know how to teleport, so that's a skill you never get in this game, is the ability to teleport.
Yeah, but how did Escat get over there?
Well, he was in the same room. He probably chased them out.
But we should have seen him. Also, talking to her here. If you select the wrong option, it is a huge pain. You want to travel with her to this room, otherwise you have to find it yourself. And if you don't know where it is, it can take a while.
Yeah, so I've done that once. I know where this room is by finding it. It's very deep in the mountainside, so it's just much, much easier.
It's a good, what, minute and a half, 2-minute time loss if you know where the room is?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's pretty much run ending. I mean, it's run ending either way if you're actually going for a PB or a world record.
Yeah, so here we have Spriggan, her ghostly nun imitator.
Well, here's the first ST. It's the ball.
Oh, he's going bowling.
Ooh, missed the ST.
Alright, so we might get a second ST.
Yeah.
Got a little evasion going on here.
Yeah. He's being mean. There's ST number 2. What do we got? Ceiling spikes? Oh no, tail spike. Hair spike.
It's the poker.
No.
Yeah, my favorite one is the carpet.
The carpet is pretty good. We might see that on BalmungOni, but ellervated has finished it off. Not the worst Spriggan fight I've seen, I can say that.
Yeah, but now we're just a single boss fight apart in terms of time, so
BalmungOni made up a decent amount of time in this.
Getting close. Spriggan looks very far off the screen there. I do hope. Yeah.
I think it's only because we have a little bit of our edges missing on both screens. Not much.
Oh, he got the summon out before he went down.
Summon out, but it doesn't really matter. Once the boss dying animation completes, that summon just explodes.
He does?
Yes. You don't need to kill him. I've tested this one. He just explodes when the boss finishes his death animation.
Okay.
So, I didn't see a single ST in that fight. BalmungOni has made up more time. And here we go, our second trip to Lake Kilma. This is where one of the run enders lives.
This is just where most people's it's the best looking boss, but it's also one of the harder ones.
This is where PBs go to die. The Boreal
But we're having
Hound.
to take a second peek through this area because
What is Ellervated doing?
I don't think he went back into Gato to start the quest.
You're right. He did not start the quest. That is... Balmung is now in the lead.
Yeah, that's an unfortunately huge time loss.
It's a good thing he realized as soon as he did. He was
I-
only one screen in.
I have seen the occasion where someone goes all the way to the wise turtle, and
And the turtle has nothing to tell you.
yeah, there's no story advancement.
Oh. Not a good feeling. Balmung on his way out while Ellervated is on his way in.
Yeah, and that's
Is Balmung
how
final
leads
weapon?
change.
Balmung is doing Nick. I'm surprised he's doing Nick 2 this early.
Nope, this is the right time for it.
This is... You're right, this is the right time. I'm crazy. Don't mind me. I keep thinking we do it later. Which is probably why Ellervated did the same thing.
Now this is where having splits open does help remind you.
Yes. Did Balmung leave the area? Or is he waiting here? Okay, there it is. Huh.
I never waited on the left side of the log though.
I usually do wait on the left side, I think. Yeah, I totally do. Okay, I'm not crazy. It's fine.
But there we go. We got some green balls. Spoke to a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of money, and we made Nick a happy guy.
Ellervated, waiting on the right side of the log. I understand why he waited on the left, though. Because you have to be on one side or the other to speak with the fairy, and if you're too close, she won't appear. And the left, I guess, has a more distinct cutoff between where the log ends and where the ground starts.
Right. Alright, so Balmung is headed off back to the lake in search of Dana, who is searching for fairies.
Not as far apart as they could, or not as, yeah, as far apart as they could be. This is still pretty close, even with Ellervated's mistake.
Yeah, the gap is pretty much reversed their positions at this point. Where Ellervated had, a solid 20 to 30 seconds before, he's now behind about that similar amount of time. But still a couple more roadblocks.
Oh yeah, there is no free run to the end here. This run is not over until the Mana Goddess is dead. Because even an experienced runner can have issues with the Mana Goddess if he gets unlucky.
But while we're here, we're going to catch our first glimpse of the main antagonist of Fairy, Erwin.
Erwin does make his first appearance here. And he can be a little nasty.
Yes, as far as end bosses go, Erwin probably has the most appeal.
Oh, that was an interesting split. Here.
Now, if you went top the first time, you'd go top the second.
I think Ellervated went to the bottom this time. Oh, no, never mind. He's in the other section. Yeah.
And we can see why the jungle gave you problems.
Yeah, you're right. Don't mind me. So, let's see. Is Elevator going to go up or down? He is going to go up. There we are. I know what I'm talking about. It's fine. Appearance of the yak number 2.
I'm glad. I'm glad. We'll go with the yak.
Yeah. I'm sticking with that because I think it's right. He did get a charge off, but it didn't do much. Now we talk to the turtle.
Tope the tortoise.
Away he goes.
He knows much as he looks over the lake.
Round 3 of Yak versus, well, Balmung goes to Balmung.
Solid counter strike there on Elevated's side.
I don't think Balmung has counter-struck this Yak yet.
There's definitely a unique issue on some of these maps. This part in particular, you can see Elevated chose not to counter strike. But there's a tree in the foreground, and if you throw the yak over there,
If you lose XP behind that.
and XP flies behind the tree, you can't see where it is.
Yep,
That
it
can
can
be
take a while.
A
if
little
you can't pick
frustrating
it up.
to run around and grab it, but you can't see it.
And here we have Irwin, our very demonic-looking opponent, I guess you could say.
I mean, look at that hair. Style.
He does have some fantastic hair. But then again, the main character has some pretty good hair too. Gotta say. Not that you can see it past his hat, but in the artwork, it's pretty good.
Well, you know it's there at least.
Yes, this is true. Both of the main characters in this game have some fantastic hairstyles.
You got the horns.
Did get the horns. I'm a little sad neither of them played the female character, simply for one of my favorite lines that comes from Inspector Boyd early on in the game, where he tells you to take the ridiculous sticks out of your hair.
I did not know he gave different lines based on gender.
Yep, based on whether you're male or female. When he assumes that you're Sandra, I think for the male he tells you to take off your ridiculous hat, and for the female he tells you to take those ridiculous sticks out of your hair.
And here we have Boreal Hound showing up in these beautiful rainbow colors.
And getting beat up and controlled pretty well here. Oh, here we go. Oh, he only blocked and dodged.
He has not jumped across the screen or done anything fancy yet.
Oh, here we go. Number 1.
ST number 1. Oh, it's the electric.
Oh, that one
The
is
Balmung's ready
tough
with
to
the
dodge.
counter, ST.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't connect.
It is nearly impossible to make that one connect. Here's
And then
number
the
2.
second did not get hit by it. So that's good. That should be, yeah, he's
That's it.
beautiful fight there.
1 already for Elevated. Got the quills. He is not having much luck hitting him right now. Here we go. Now he's chunking him down.
It can be tough when you're on top of the boss. Uh-oh, that was a bit early.
That was very early. No connect there. ST number 3.
Let's hope it's not lightning. Okay.
Connecting
That should be
deep
done
slice.
right there. Yeah.
2 for Balmung, 3 for Ellervated. Not bad.
Yeah, there's definitely some good fighting done there. And to follow it up, of course, we have a 1-minute cutscene.
Yes. That one is really unfortunate if that fight doesn't go the way we want it to. I have had that Boreal Hound chain up to 4 STs in a row with no time to hit him in between. You just have to sit there and wait for him to finish so you can keep hitting him.
And the worst part is if he uses that lightning one that you saw predominantly on Balmung's side. If that touches you, you get paralyzed. And if you chains it together, you can potentially take a fall.
It's happened to me before. Especially if you don't have an ST ready to go when he drops that lightning. You have to hope you're far enough back to dodge it. We have Balmung going into the mines now.
So the mines is going to be another place where we've got to do the main quest here just because a portion of Faerie's storyline is locked behind it. We have everything we need.
The only thing that's here is just unlocking the wisdom, right? Just meeting the wisdom.
We have to get Pokiel to tell us about the past.
Yeah.
But he won't do that because he's waiting on the master
For Mr. Watts.
This shop here. He's gone down deep into the mines and hasn't come back. So we're going to take a moment to hunt him down, see what's up.
And for anyone that decides to run this game casually, you will also want to complete this quest, as it unlocks the ability to smith your own weapons.
Yep. Watts is the smith. After you save him here, he kind of likes your company, and he'll pop up at your house later to build a workshop and teach you how to craft and improve your weapons.
There are some really cool and complex systems that you never see in standard runs in this game. The workshop being one of them, with the blacksmith, the magic smithing, and the robot workshop.
Robot workshop is arguably the coolest one.
The golem workshop, I suppose it's called. But,
Yeah, golem, you're right.
golems are one of the coolest things that are available in this game, and you will never see them in a run.
Yeah.
It makes me really sad.
Through all these speedruns, only all events touches the workshops.
This is true.
And they craft a just unbelievably strong weapon
Okay.
to just win the game.
Makes sense. I would too if I could. But our gold hammer or gold two-handed sword, whichever they decide to take at the end, more than makes the game easy enough for this run.
Yep, we're just navigating the mines here. It's a pretty complicated place.
This is another one like the jungle that you can get lost in for a long time on a casual run. Especially if you're trying to find everything that's in here. The winding paths that connect to each other back and forth, and yeah, if you don't know where you're going, you can end up on every different level and still not find what you're looking for.
Balmung closing in on the final room here.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
He's gonna meet up with a very unique boss, the Laban.
I hate this thing. Actually, I don't hate it that much. It's a pretty easy boss once you know what you're doing.
My memories of this boss are from No Future mode,
Oh man.
when you have to defeat like something around 50 or 60 of these little creepy crawly hands.
No Future is not something that most people want to tackle.
Thankfully in the speedrun, there's only about 8 or 9 heads total. There's not many.
No, it's pretty simple in this run anyway. You just have to make sure you lock them down while they're on the ground. Because if you let them sit and do what that red one just did on ellervated's screen, they can cause problems.
Oh man, his deep slice hit the one that was already done for.
unfortunate. That red guy will kill himself after casting that, for those that don't know. That is sort of a last-ditch thing, and then after it casts, it sits there for a few seconds, and then it just dies. Alright, looks like Balmung is finished. No big issues there.
Ellervated's got about 3 more to take down.
Yep. More now, after the red one disappeared. There we have it.
Alright.
He's only 30 to 40 seconds behind now.
It's still close.
It is.
But we're rapidly coming up upon one of the most important areas of the game. Combat is extremely heavy.
Yeah,
When we
the
get there.
second half of this game is very little talking and a whole lot of smashing things. Back into the mines to say hi to Pokil, and then run back out.
I mean, we are going to get to see a quick cameo of
Of Baby Escad.
I don't know if it baby Escad, not really a baby, but
Well, young Escad.
young Escad with a real sword.
Yeah, I don't know who gave that kid that sword. But
Yeah. It's like the perfect anime hairstyle, a sword. He's ready for anything.
Can we just appreciate his hair for a moment? That is teen angst anime hair right there. It is amazing.
It's beyond what anything I can do.
You know, if I had the headband, I probably could have pulled that off when I was younger. I definitely had that length and type of hair. But yeah, no, not anymore.
Alright, so they're both through their past stories.
Yeah.
Gonna head back to Gato,
Off to
and
the grottos.
we're gonna have a confrontation.
Mmm.
Escad and Dana are not gonna be on the same side,
Who doesn't love
In opinion.
confrontation?
but Escad is a little bit overbearing. A little bit less controlled when it comes to his emotions.
That's one way of putting it. Murdering his friend is another way of putting it. Sorry for the spoiler. But it's probably no secret that you're going to see that very soon.
Has the demon taken you?
Chop! You know, the most impressive part of that is that he manages to hit both Dana and the main character in the same swing.
I've always found the main character's sort of kneeling over animation to look very odd.
It looks like they grabbed their arm because he smacked both of them, but I don't know.
I don't think he hit the main character, but maybe he did.
That's my assumption. Otherwise, I don't know why any of this would happen. Then again, you know, this game was made by Square, so just assume that it's a story device. It's a plot device, and leave it at that.
It's complicated, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So here's visit number 2 to the Mindus Ruins. Get a couple more chances for plant block.
More mashing of the X button.
There's sort of a reversal here. We're going to start out inside the ruins because the fairies do not want us to interfere. They're just going to send us down into the prison.
Oh, that's too bad for them, because we have a secret weapon on their side. Nick.
I thought the secret weapon was psychokinesis, but okay.
Nah, we don't need psychokinesis. We can just push the slab out of the way. Actually, funny enough, the slab's already open. Because why not?
Because we opened it earlier.
Yeah, and really nobody bothered to close it, because that place needed some air in it.
Alright, so Balmung's exiting, and normally you would go right to reach the structure, but, well, we're not sure which way is the correct way to go. We're going to go left.
We didn't get body blocked by any flowers, though. That's pretty nice.
One more chance here.
Nope, he blocked himself on a stationary flower.
Alright, got through. And interestingly enough, if you go the wrong way, our good buddy Nick is here, and we'll just take you straight to where you want to be.
It's very convenient. And this is where we make the worst decision in the game.
So, emotions are boiling over. We have to choose a side. We choose to go with Escad because it's faster.
Escad talks less, that's it.
The only bad part about choosing Escad is everything.
The only bad part is everything. You are correct. And there goes Dana.
That was an interesting counter at the end there.
I'm not going to question how that worked.
But Dana is very attack happy, so just sitting,
Yep.
throwing counter after counter is a very efficient way.
She's not the smartest person.
Escad is very immature and thinks he can handle everything by himself, unfortunately.
Hear that? It'll be a miracle if she's still alive. That's just sad. I feel really bad for Dana. Well, Juan, you're gonna see who's wrong. Because it's a video game, and unfortunately that means the story ends the same either way.
The story may end the same, but not everybody gets
Yeah,
to
not-
see the ending.
That is true. Sometimes I take the time loss just to pick Dana.
I wouldn't say he is a jerk, Beckett, just because, he's sort of grown up trying to protect one of his friends and, sort of avenge the wrongdoing that was caused upon them.
If we didn't skip the whole retrospective into his life, he'd probably seem like a lot more relatable character, but we don't care because we gotta go fast.
And I don't know if you would trust somebody who would, pull you down into a mine and then immediately steal your powers.
Well, that's
kind of a villain thing to do.
Don't do that. Only villains do that. All right. They are actually.
We never steal powers from anybody. We just convince them to teach us how to do it.
They are very close in time now.
Yeah. Running
no.
out of Gato. Uh-oh.
What did Ellervated forget?
Elevated. He's going somewhere. Did he not talk and get the artifact?
I don't think he got it.
Oh no.
That would explain why he was so close to Balmung at the beginning. There it is. He did forget the brooch. Again, at least he remembered quickly.
Yeah, it's not too much backtracking when you're just right there.
Only, you know, a 20-second time loss versus a 2-minute one. So now, as you can see on Balmung's screen, we are placing a lot of artifacts right now.
Well, at the moment, we're just going to place the junkyard. We've got to, we've got
Well,
to
he
go
He did
teach
also place the brooch.
some toys.
Yeah. So you guys are placing
about
the
just
brooch.
being nice to people. And after that, we will place a whole lot of artifacts.
Yes, after the junkyard, we place many artifacts. Because we have all but 2 of the required artifacts at that point.
Yep. Well, all but 1. We're lacking the graveyard.
Yeah, well, I mean, the graveyard and the mana sword
Mhm.
as the 2 remaining ones.
So, interestingly enough, that artifact placement is very important when it comes to the late game.
Yes.
But once we get through the junkyard, we'll go into a little more depth about that. Got a couple Yoshis. Look out, Balmung. Don't get eaten. You can see he's moving around frantically to try and stay away from them.
They are very annoying enemies. I usually save up a wind splitter there, or whatever it's called, saw blades or whatever they're called. Yeah, that's the one. And
Yeah.
I use the saw blades there and just kill them.
Yeah, the junkyard's another maze type area. It's a specific path you have to take, or the zones will change.
And this one is rough for a casual playthrough as well, if you don't know to talk to
The Jack in the Box.
the Jack in the Box and just all of the toys scattered around. If you don't speak to them, you are going to have a bad time. And
You might even
still,
meet Boomy.
yes, even still, it can be really hard to find your way through some of these paths because they're blocked by foreground objects.
Yep. Alright, Balmung goes to the fight, and the fight's over.
Yep, good old saw blades.
This one's a quick one with Earth Splitter. Uh-oh, Elevated just got Yoshi'd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unlucky with the number of coin drops he got there, but still pretty quick. Just be glad we don't bring Nick to this.
Absolutely. So now Balmung is going to be putting down a lot of artifacts.
Yes.
And one of the features of this game is that the farther your artifacts are placed from home, the higher the enemy level is. But that
And
also applies
coincidentally-
to shops in towns that are farther away from home. Farther away, the better equipment that you can purchase from the store.
And better items, mind you, if you're in the point where you can craft things, you get some of the best materials in the game as well. But we don't care.
So we're going to be putting down a bunch of different zones, a couple towns. Towns have the property that allow us to place areas around them without completing them, whereas wilderness type areas, you do not have the same advantage. This allows us to sort of go all the way deep into this corner without doing any more storyline.
And you're going to recognize these if you saw the previous runs, because they're all of the cool places that we'll never visit.
Indeed.
We will not see Geo, we will not see Polpata Harbor.
But
will
the
not
most
see the
important
lake.
place that we will see is Lumina, because Lumina is the best.
Lumina is a fantastic area. There we go. Ellervated almost made a big mistake. He grabbed the tome first instead of the rose.
Oh man.
All right,
This-
we are
this-
in Lumina, and we are going to go visit the Love-Struck duo.
Yeah, definitely not a place where you want to make a map mistake.
No.
Not
this
only
is-
will it cost you a weapon, but it'll slow everything down for you.
This is not the place to make mistakes. They are recoverable, mind you. I have made a mistake here, and I did manage to work it out, but it was not fun.
I have also made an error at this point in the game.
Alright, Balmung is going to sell some lamps.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could just buy all the lamps, Juanpa, but the game
Yeah.
doesn't let us. The game wants us to
Yeah.
sell.
Even if you have the money, it doesn't let you buy them. Which is kind of silly. Like, we could even route in Nick just to get the right amount of money, but it wouldn't matter. Because I imagine it wouldn't be hard to keep Nick, get a synchro, and bam, have the money, but it doesn't matter. They won't let you buy them.
It would have been a nice time save too.
Yeah, I know, right? Just, hey, here's the money, bye. Nah.
It's not buy. I mean, we still have to watch the cutscene. But
Well,
we wouldn't understand what the Duck Bears are saying at the end.
that's okay. Balmung has 2 swords. He wants the shorter text for having no money. Which is really funny that the comment he makes about not having enough money is the shorter of the 2. Here we go.
But we're definitely not far from the end at this point.
No,
Just-
we're getting there.
2 more areas to traverse.
And one of them is quite long.
Yeah. We placed down Leucemia, which you saw was the big snake.
Big
Came out of
stone
the
dragon
orb on the
flying
world
through
map.
the air. Yep.
And then, of course, after that, we'll have our mandatory final trip to the Tree of Mana.
Everybody loves the Tree of Mana.
Oh,
Did he just buy a gold axe?
that is different.
You don't have any axe abilities there, Elevated.
Oh no,
He is regretting his decision.
that's not the end of the world.
Oh man.
Technically speaking, it's gonna be all right that way.
Yes, it's just gonna be rough.
If
If he had had the Earth Splitter, that would have made perfect sense because he'd already have all of his abilities. But he's going into these. He's either going to have to menu to equip abilities once he gets them, or he's going in with nothing.
I would just go in with nothing. STs don't save that much time throughout the rest of the game, so
Do you really want to fight Irwin without STs, though?
I mean, if done correctly, Irwin doesn't get a chance to fight back.
Yeah, he better be good, though. Do you think he's ever done Irwin with a two-handed axe?
Two-handed axe is going to be the same as the sword.
That's true. It is pretty much the same, yeah.
It's still an interesting flub on
Yeah.
Elevated's part.
I don't know if it was a mistake or not. Also, did Balmung just place hell beside his house?
sure it was by the town. Yeah.
Okay. Don't mind me. Now we're
I'm
flying.
just getting a little excited with all the changes that we're seeing.
Yeah, I know. I for a split second I thought Domina was his house, and I was very concerned. Not that it would make a big difference, but all right, here we are going into Leucemia.
Yep, we had the Cancun bird give us a quick flight up here onto the Sneck because,
Yeah,
well,
turns
it's floating in the air. How do we reach it otherwise?
Turns out Sandra isn't the only one who can make use of the Cancun bird. So this is going to seem like a bit of a mess because it is. This place is not as maze-like as some of the other areas, but if you don't know the path you're taking, you can get turned around a little bit.
There's only one small point of concern here, but neither of the runners should end up hitting that problem.
You mean locking yourself out by accidentally killing something in the wrong spot?
So there's one combat where the trigger is not programmed correctly, so that's what I'm worried about. If you trigger both combats at the same time, the game will lock up.
Yeah.
And the fact that it won't let you out of the combat when it's done.
Yeah, there is one section where two triggers overlap, and if you kill the enemy from the first encounter, and you're far enough over to start the second encounter, it completely locks up on you. It's not
Yeah.
good.
This is a beautifully coded game. That is the only place that I know of that has that particular issue.
Yeah, it's one of the very few issues in this game. Square was too good at programming this game, honestly. We want a few more glitches.
Well, I mean, that's why they kept making games, because newer games have so many glitches.
Yeah. But they won't let us go fast.
So we can sort of see Ellervated is working his way through with the axe while Balmung's got the sword. Hopefully, Ellervated gets some skills to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using it for a bit here. Just having one ST would be nice to have.
Even if it's just for dodging. Anything would help. So I can tell you, there's a couple moves by Irwin and a move by the Mana Goddess that I really don't like not dodging. The Eclipse or whatever they call it for the Mana Goddess is real brutal if you can't get far enough away.
Wow, you should never be seen to be eclipsed.
You shouldn't, but if you do, you want an
Oh.
ST to dodge it.
Ellervated gets 2 wishbones from the same combat. He's collecting some bones from the enemy bodies.
Maybe he's hoping for some luck. Hey, Sidewinder. There we go. Alright, so Ellervated does have 1 ST.
Yeah, but he's moving on without equipment.
He is. We'll see if he's waiting for a second one. He might just be waiting. Oh, nope, there it is. I was wondering if he was waiting until he reached the Irwin fight, but it looks like he's going to do it now.
That's
Are we gonna get it?
That was an angry slow
no.
deer.
Oh, he got out of it.
Oh, this is the screen. I
Is
don't
the screen.
do
Get to
not
the right.
go to the left.
Get to the right. Okay, we're good. Hey, Rising Claw. See, he should have waited. Now he has to menu twice.
Sideswipe
If
is good
he
enough.
even bothers to equip it.
Yeah, sideswipe is good enough. They both do similar damage.
Yeah.
So this is a very long section of just gauntlets and gauntlets of combat. Not too much going on here. Just some leveling up, some telling Selma,
Yeah, being taunted
Selva
by
of the
Selma.
Four Winds, that we are definitely brave. We're not going to run away.
We got this, dude. Don't worry.
Look, if Escad can make it up here and fight Irwin, we could do the same thing. Ooh, flying saw blades.
Oh, nice. He really should have saved.
Yeah, flying saw blades is actually the one that would be helpful.
Yes.
Throughout the dungeon here.
It is, I think, the only good AoE attack that Two-Handed Axe gets. At least the only almost full map one.
Yep. Balmung had a little bit of trouble on that last fight. Got caught between a beak and a trident. Not gonna let it happen this time, though.
He had a little bit of bad luck killing that imp. And Ellervated is just not having a good time here. Cockatrice is dodging him, and the skeletons are bopping.
Well, we are 10.5 hours into the marathon.
This is true. That man is, I am sure, very tired. Everybody show him some love when he's done. He needs it. Oh, here comes a wind slasher from Balmung.
Yeah, the 3 cockatrice fight, absolutely worth the time it takes.
I completely agree. I use mine there too.
Alright, Balmung is on the last leg of the snake here. Just a
Last
room
couple
away
strings.
from the Irwin fight.
Got these demon things that I can't remember the name of.
This is the only place you really see
I was
them in
gonna
the
say,
game.
you only ever see these guys in this room.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 other spots in the entire game that they spawn.
Do they spawn in hell? Or is it
Uh,
somewhere else?
I couldn't tell you the exact location, but I
Yeah,
do
I'm
know.
not sure.
Be a hero, Oni.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, Escad. He
Dana's dead,
tried his
Escad
best.
is dead. Now we've only got Matilda left.
Well, Matilda and Irwin. Dana's gone, Escad's gone. We're about to take out Irwin. Let's see if Balmung can get the stun lock here. Spot looks good. He's just got to hold him there for a good 15 seconds, and that's the end of the fight.
Man, I
Beautiful.
never get that lucky with mine.
That is beautiful.
That was good. Now he just sits here and mashes X while he waits for him to finish dying.
Elevated's got a really high bar to pass now
Yeah.
to do a perfect Irwin.
He doesn't have... Oh, here we go. He was 1 hit away from being able to use saw blades. I'm sure you could hear him mashing it and just hearing the noise, just not going off.
I could tell he was expecting it.
Yeah, he was. He was absolutely sitting there mashing the button and nothing was happening, going, what's wrong? And one more hit. Down goes Lucemia. You know, I still haven't tried it. Can you go back to Lucemia after it hits the ground, or is it just a dead space on the map?
It is a dead space on the map. You can
There
no
you go.
longer go there. It's kind of similar to once you've beaten Draconis' castle, you can never
It
go
just
back
collapses,
to it.
yeah.
There's our best view of the Cancun bird.
Yeah,
Just
the one
for a
and only
moment
time
you
you'll
get to see it. And then we're delivered our final blow for this story.
Worst ending ever.
Indeed, worst ending. Escad died, Dana died, Irwin died, And now Matilda's dead. Everybody dies.
And just for the people that don't know, when you pick Dana to survive that, she's the one who gives you that news.
But she survives.
She does survive. She is the only person in the entirety of Faerie, in the Faerie storyline.
Oh, here we go.
Survives.
Ooh, Ellervated's a little close on that claw. He's
He got
holding
to jump
off
forward, but
Oh.
I think he's okay.
One more
He
hit.
got it.
Yes.
That was
Very
close.
nice. Excellent work from both runners taking out Irwin with stun.
And this is a very long cutscene that you can do nothing about. This is something like 2 minutes?
I believe it's closer to 4.
Oh, you're right. It is close to 4 minutes, and you can't even mash X through this. So I guarantee Balmung is not even at his desk right now.
Yep, but it does have one of the most powerful lines
This
that
is
you'll
true.
ever hear from this game.
There's a few good lines in this.
Matilda will be saying it
Yes.
about 30 seconds. I believe. But you're welcome to take a moment and enjoy the underworld. We've never come here in Faerie. But it's a place and it exists.
There's a lot of places we never go.
You
Faerie
like
has
Faerie
some
history?
amazing story,
Yeah.
yeah. The story in Faerie is just so good, but, well, we don't read it for one.
And here it comes. I am the universe, away from me.
I love that. Just, who are you to stop us? I am the universe. Okay, why not?
Yeah. It's almost like she came in like a wrecking ball.
She did, in fact, come in like a wrecking ball. And Irwin here, he doesn't get it.
He's just like, I'm me. I'm a destroyer. That's what I do.
But you can be anything. But I want to destroy.
But you could be with me instead. Disappears.
Yep. You can hug me now. No, I would crush you. I'm not even physical. That boy just doesn't get it. Hey,
It's
you are
kinda like
essentially...
Escat a little bit in that
Yeah.
manner.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, you're essentially a god now. No, I'm not. What? There it is. I will not embrace you, for your frail body would break. And then he's gone.
He's just like, I'm out. That is crazy reasoning. I'm out.
Yeah. That boy just doesn't get it.
All right, Balmung has gotten through.
Yeah.
His
He survived the
long
cutscene.
cutscene, and so now we'll be doing the last spurt here.
And this should look familiar to everybody who has seen the previous 2 runs. It is exactly the same.
Check to see if Home's there. Yep. Check.
Yep, home is still there.
All right, let's get out of here. All right, we're going back. In the end, he chose freedom too.
That's one way of looking at it. He chose to erase himself from existence.
I've never tried searching for Irwin in the underworld.
He's not there, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure he just gets out of there. He resigns from life. No. Now we're checking that our house is still here. It is. Cool.
Oh, we were making sure nobody intruded. Everything looked normal inside.
Little sorcerers. Bud and Lisa. We don't care. Bye.
We get the really bad news that Domina's got pumpkin
Is
problems.
Pumpkin infested, yep. Don't care. Hey, stuff's going on inside our workshop. No, we're good. Bye.
I mean, I would totally mount that stained glass somewhere in the workshop.
That is true. You probably put a nice window right in the back. Right where the golem is in the middle, is it? Or is it the music?
Why did they invade the workshop? Well, it's a kind of a clandestine place. If you're trying to hide something.
Yeah, there's not much better, more secluded place than our workshop, especially when there's nothing in it. Balmung is having a rough fight here. These guys do not want to go down. But he got 2 item drops. Let's see if he gets some more. How lucky is he going to be?
Got a little bit of spring action here.
XP from one, item from the other. Not bad. A Gigas Flail. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the items in this game sound a whole lot better than they are.
This is true. Doing the same thing I do. AoE those rabbits down. What are those things called? I never remember.
Ooh. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Off the top of the head.
I've never bothered to check. By the way, for the people who may not know, if you pause during combat, it will actually show the name of every single enemy underneath them. Unfortunately, we want to go fast, so we can't check that. Poto, that might be right. I just call them fleshy rabbits.
I don't have a good name for them, but Poto sounds close. So we're about to be headed towards the Mana Tree at just under an hour and 50 minutes. So that should be coming in with 155.
I was going to say, between 155 and 157.
Somewhere, yeah, 155 to 157 sounds about right. Which
Depends,
in the
obviously.
scheme of things is not that bad.
No, that's not bad at all. It's better than, like, my first 4 or 5 PBs were, so, you know.
It's just because Balmung's current PB is a 152.23, so not that far off.
I don't remember what mine is. It's 150 something. Oh, elevated with the bad XP luck. All XP.
Yeah, interestingly enough, in this game, you want items to drop more towards the end.
Yep. We don't need levels at this point. We need quick pickups. Especially on these rabbit things. And, ooh, only one item. Also, I'm not sure which person's music is playing, but man, the music on the Mana Tree is so good. Oh no. Elevated just getting caught in the corner.
Having a tough time with the caps.
There he goes.
Alright. Balmung is making quick work of this mana tree.
Making his way through without any trouble. First couple dragons here. Ooh, block and flip.
Ellervated making a reference to his Jumi run. Well, not his Jumi run, but he was definitely here.
Jumi run named after him. I have to say, this is one of the worst fights here. If that little guy gets to the right spot, he's extremely hard to hit and can just flatten you over and over and over.
Is that magical fungus on the inside of the tree? I would think so.
I don't know if it's magical. I mean, everything in here is pretty much magical. It's the mana tree. But, luminescent fungus is a thing. But yes, they are giant glowing mushrooms. Chocobo down. Oh, the miss. There it goes. Ellervated is in the mana tree now. So
I
he's
would
in the
estimate
other-
something like a minute to a minute and a half
Yeah,
with a gap.
that's exactly what I was thinking. So we are 4 minutes out on Balmung. So we're looking at a 157 for him if everything goes perfectly. It is 4 minutes from the gate, isn't it?
I think it's 3.
Oh, it might be 3, you're right.
As long as the
we're-
combats go well. You got stunned by the punk.
We're close to 156, 157, either way. Ellervated probably coming in at a 159, assuming everything goes well. Just gonna leave the item there to disappear while he beats up on this dragon.
Yeah, there's always the choice to pick up the experience or items or wait for them to disappear.
Balmung got petrified.
It's having this shrine is not letting him pass quickly.
It's really not. Alright, let's see if Ellervated... Oh, Ellervated is not having luck in this fight. 3 hits. Alright, now he has to fight this in the worst possible location. See, this is what I was talking about. If this guy gets to the
boy.
right spot, you are just locked in place.
Alright, he did the smart thing and
Yep, he backed out.
repositioned.
Oni making fairly quick work of the dragons.
Yeah, those dragons is honestly the point where Ellervated really needs to have an ST.
Yes.
His area ST to save him that time.
He absolutely needs his saw blades there. Ooh. Unlucky with the counter strike. Ended up as a block instead of a hit.
Balmung is now in the Mana Goddess room.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a nice solid finisher here. He could secure sub 156. No, I think it's a little
no.
too close for that.
It's minimum 20 seconds for the fight, so I think he's already past that.
Yeah. All those text boxes.
Yeah.
Just can't get away from them.
Now, let's see if she trolls him on counter-strikes as much as she trolls me.
There's one.
Oh, he got her in the corner.
Up, she jumped up. 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, wow, that was almost a 0 ST.
You
Yeah,
do not want to get caught in that.
it's
ST.
just best to wait for another Counter-Strike there.
There it is.
Easy,
That is
easy.
time. 156, 20.
19.
Was it 19? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So, let's see how ellervated does.
GG to Balmung. That's on win. Ellervated not far behind, headed up to do his Dragon's fight.
Let's see if he gets the saw blades off here. Got all 3 of them. I don't... Okay. He almost killed all 3 in one hit. This is the one downside to not bringing the hammer. If you have a hammer for that fight, Blammo kills all 3.
Yeah, generally speaking, the only way any of the dragons live is the Sky Dragon does a flying attack at you and dodges somehow.
Yeah. Ooh, XP hidden behind pillars. He missed it in the top left. There it is.
Yes, Dragon, that was almost what I would call a perfect Mana Goddess fight.
Yeah, there was very little wrong there.
I've never, in all my runs, gotten a 0 ST Mana Goddess.
No, mine are never that clean. Normally she dodges in one direction, or she hits you and the counterattack, instead of actually attacking, just blocks or any number of other things.
Alright, Ellervated's turn. Let's see how we go.
Oh, she jumped back into it.
It's a good start.
Balmung, we were saying the exact same thing. That never happens. Ooh, there's one
Yeah.
ST.
Yeah, and see, there's the early ST. Balmung's Mana Goddess jumped
and
in
it's
a
the big
whole
ST.
lot more.
Yeah, he needed that dodge.
Yeah, it's a little early there, but that's not a big deal.
Oh, he's having bad luck with her. She's just dodging him. There it is.
Got it.
158.41.
Absolutely. GG to Ellervated.
We were pretty close on our guesses.
Yeah, it was about a minute and a half behind.
And an almost 157 and an almost 159.
And that right there was a solid race from both our runners of Legend of Mana Faerie. Great job.
Yeah, no real major issues. That was a pretty good run. Now, Ellervated in chat saying so many mistakes, which is true. There were a few forgotten items and a few forgotten steps.
Yeah, Ellervated had to do a couple turnarounds. That was honestly the biggest issues out of the whole thing.
Yeah. Hey, Balmung.
In this industry,
Yeah, that honestly, if Ellervated hadn't made those mistakes, he might have won this.
It would have been a pretty dead heat, I think, towards the end.
Hey, Ellervated.
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
Shoot, I don't know what happened, man. I had a bad start.
Oh,
Sorry,
GG,
Alex.
man. You rocked it, though. You kept at it.
I mean, what was it? Fifth? It was fifth try.
It was so
was
many
fifth
tries,
try,
dude. I felt so bad for you during the axe grind.
That was rough. You got over there on the
What was it,
second
fifth or
try?
sixth try axe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I counted sixth, but it might have been fifth.
It might have been sixth. I don't know. It was bad. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
I'm
turned
sorry.
around. You were...
I might have cursed you. I expected eighth try.
Did you really?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
one of
just
the
let-
two of you, I said I want to see an eighth try axe, and then this started happening.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but you were
Thanks for
catching
that.
up as the run was going along.
So I picked up that, accidentally went to the hammer.
Yeah,
I love the hammer, but I
explain-
was like, I'm gonna run sword, and I was like, oh,
Explain
not the
the
hammer.
gold
But then I
axe.
must have picked the axe by accident.
You did. We saw the
It
gold
was
axe.
an
and
Oh,
Mitch
oh,
said,
oh,
"Wait a
Balmung,
second."
perfect Irwin with a double-handed axe too, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I was at a perfect goddess. I've never had that in my runs.
Dude,
ever.
your goddess was killer.
Almost. One more counter. If you didn't do an ST, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah, I've never
were
seen it
watching
either.
that,
So that was
saying
incredible.
the exact same thing. No, that was fantastic, guys. Yeah, elevated with a few mistakes, a few forgotten items.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, you might have won.
I noticed during the run you ended up not talking to Matilda or talking to Nicola for Nicolas' business. I was like, oh shit, I got this now.
That was one of them, yeah.
You forgot
man.
Nick, and you forgot to grab the brooch as well.
I forgot to grab the brooch as well. I made more mistakes than y'all.
And not talk to Matilda. I was like, all right, I got this. I can catch up now.
Actually made more mistakes than you guys caught. I was like, oh man, cool, they didn't catch that one.
Oh, you were actually listening to us, were you?
I was listening to the commentary and I realized that I had made more mistakes, but it turned out it was a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, so much fun.
Jesus, man.
I was worried at the beginning because something happened weird with your screen, Balmung, but I was able to take care of it.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. What happened?
Yeah, something crazy. I don't know, but I was like, oh god, I gotta try to get this worked out.
No, it all turned out well.
It all turned out well, though. Yeah.
I've never had a fifth try that bad.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. We would have reset if we were racing.
Yeah, but it's a marathon. You can't reset marathons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to take the luck that you're given.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you chat.
Actually,
Mana RNG God, not really. That was just luck.
Yeah, no, we were actually impressed by the luck that you both had with Boreal Hound as well.
Yeah, well, mine was like 2 ST Boreal Hound.
Yeah, I think you had a 1 ST and Ellervated had a 2, or was it the other way around?
Balmung had a 2 ST Boreal Hound. He had his own ST for both times.
I had a perfect Spriggan too.
Yes, you did no, Ellervated had 2 ST Spriggan and you had a perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, I was
as we noted throughout the run, Balmung was steadily making ground up by having those better, just cleaner boss fights. And
oh yeah,
and then
I think the Boreal Hound was being kind this run.
Boreal Hound was very kind.
He's never that kind to me
at all.
Yeah, he's usually pretty cruel.
But 2 ST and then a jump cancel to kill him, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You both had decent lake monsters too.
And then I almost had a perfect Laban too, which helped. I had a
yeah, Laban. That sounded pretty. Mine was pretty. My Laban was not perfect, but I've had worse too.
Yeah, they were both okay.
Yeah.
Davila was annoying.
So here's a question for you, Ellervated, since you were in 2 different runs today.
Yeah.
Was there any boss in Faerie that was worse than your dragon?
I'm trying to remember. No. There's no way. Because the blue dragon takes the cake. Blue dragon or Hitodama were way worse, I think. I think Faerie went better.
I think I agree with you there.
Yeah. Hitodama was like, meh, leaning towards really bad, and then blue dragon just wouldn't stop flying over and becoming invincible.
Yeah, none of the bosses were quite that bad in Faerie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was just mostly mistakes. I was like, oh man.
I'm just surprised like I was that far behind and still managed to.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I was just like, runs over.
You can blame part of it on him forgetting the brooch. That one cost him a lot of time.
Forgetting the brooch, and then also
and forgetting Nick.
So hey,
about 30 seconds behind.
You guys, I hate to kind of cut it short, but I just realized that we got another run coming up in like 2 minutes.
Oh boy! Yeah,
so
we should get out of here then.
I want to just say again, thank you guys so much. You guys go check out. We already talked about Magical Gnome and Sarah Baron. Both of those guys run Mana. So does BalmungOni. Go check him out. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for participating. It was commentary was on point. Thank you.
It's been tons of fun. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the marathon, everybody.
All right.
Appreciate
Take care, guys.
See ya.